There's no point in making another Robin Hood film if you're just going to do what's been done before. That serves no purpose to anyone. It has to be a very fresh take on the story, and you've got to, people are putting a lot of investment into it, and it's got to be something that people want to see, that suits the current climate and all those sort of things, but also that excites people. That it is. If you're saying that we're going to show you a lot about this character, a character that most of you already know, you need to turn it on its head. And I think their plan for this, and hopefully if we make more, is to turn the idea of Robin Hood on its head. And it feels very current. It's very exciting. It's a very modern take on a very classic tale, I think. Will is a very good person. He thinks that he's doing the right thing at all times, and he's very sort of cocksure about that. Basically, that he is has the voice of the people and can get through to the sheriff and do things the right way, which he thinks is the right way, a diplomatic way, and talking and try to work things out that way with your head. Robin would have a more sort of hands-on, fiery approach to change. But what's interesting, I think, about Will is that he definitely has a side of that in him that he is kept under control. But we see it come out when things really get pretty bad here, and we see that he actually is a true warrior himself. I mean, it's huge, I guess you couldn't tell this story without a lot of action, but this action's extreme. It's more than anything I've ever experienced. I mean, I've never done a movie that has, this kind of budget and this, this sort of scale, I guess. I've done big movies, but not in this kind of way, and not in this scale of production, and the amount of sort of stunts and fire and explosions and special effects is like nothing I've ever seen. Very exciting, and the action scenes, for my money, are unlike anything I've ever seen before. And a lot of, particularly of Taron and his bow and arrow stuff, the pace of them and the sort of energy of those scenes, I think people are going to be really sort of on the edge of their seat watching that. It's sort of timeless in a way. I mean, we're kind of trying not to make it feel anything like it's set in the 1100s, I want it to feel like its own sort of almost dystopian world, but have all the elements that we need to somewhat honour the story of Robin Hood. But I think almost any generation can understand the sort of totalitarian ruling and and people being forced to live a way that doesn't seem fair or right or just. Very prevalent at the moment with certain parts of the world, and that sense of unjust and of segregation and not having a sort of democratic open arms approach to politics.